Hey, what's going on, people? It's Gunsfire from NextGenTactics, and I'm going to do a little old school NGT for you here. 3 different games, Black Ops MW2, Modern Warfare 2, and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And at the top there, you'll see the buttons. If you're on YouTube watching this, you can click on any of those buttons if you just want to watch that particular game type, rather than sticking through and watching it all. So it's all slapped in there, 3 free-for-all games, and I'm going to go... So old school is meant to give you tips and not simply me talking about how my day was while I'm playing this. Alright, well, I'm going to go with, when I'm playing Black Ops, first of all, I'm not going to, despite anyone's opinions or whining about overpowered or unbalanced, when you go for a win in free-for-all, which is obviously the objective here, you want to have effective weapons. So if you're comfortable with a certain weapon, stick with that weapon, ignore what the other people are doing. And I'm using the FAMAS, very, very capable weapon in this. I don't care if it's overused or overpowered. Same thing. I'm not actually really good with the AK-74U, but if you're good with it, stick with it and don't worry about it. Now, you'll notice in the beginning here, as soon as the match starts, I don't go running out. Depending on the map in particular, but where I was there, I'm not going to go running out. A lot of people will sort of stay right where they are in the beginning for at least a few seconds and then start to move, because the reason is, if they're staying still, it's like everyone is temporarily camping for the first few seconds, and if you're the first one to run, you're like, you're like a deer caught in the headlights, and people see you, you light up, it's very, very easy to see, and you end up getting killed. Now, I use a similar strategy for every single free-for-all game that I play. Depending if I want to mix it up or whatever. If I'm in a knifing mood, then you've got to obviously alter it. But in Grid, this area here is actually a very, very good area to secure. I always use Claymores every single time, ever since I've ever started playing Call of Duty, always use Claymores, especially for the strategy that I use. Now, while some call it camping, which again, when you're doing this, when you're playing, and for the strategies that I'm showing you, I look at it as tactically holding down an active area. I'm not sitting in a corner somewhere. I'm sort of monitoring, although that's probably a little bit camping, isn't it? I'm monitoring a very active area, what I call transition areas, which is a lot of people use it. A lot of people use that, access that building right there. But more importantly, a lot of people come from the spawn areas on the far left of where I am, and they come through into that area there, either accessing the building or trying to come through right where I am right now. This is where they typically come through. So what I do is I put the Claymore at the far end, which you saw me do in the beginning, blocking that off, because you can't watch everywhere. But the Claymores allow you to focus on, a limited number of areas. And easier, in this particular spot on Grid, actually, is very, very easy to hold down. So you've got the Claymore in the back here. So if anyone's coming through there, if it doesn't kill them, it's going to alert you. You need to pay attention to those hit markers. Whenever your Claymore goes off and doesn't kill, it will give you that hit marker indication. You need to pay attention to that. Now, the other thing I'm going to sort of admit is that, I use Astro A40s. Before that, I used Triton AX Pros. A good headset or sound system will allow you to friggin' what's called sound whore people very, very easily. So I'm constantly listening. I'm constantly listening to hear people running. I'm listening to where they're, firing off their weapons. Very, very important. Another thing too, and I know some of you may struggle to get there, but if you follow the strategy that I use, which is hold down a certain area, I don't always stay in the exact same spot, and it's not smart to do so. When you're doing a tactical camping, as well call it, it's tactical camping. It's not for everyone. Some people like running around and getting killed by people like me, and that's fine. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. But anyway, when you're doing that, you need to switch up your position. You need to switch up your position so that where you killed that person the last time, you have to assume that that person is going to come back for you. And if you stay in the same position, they're going to change their approach and likely able to kill you. So if you really simply, all you do is you change up your position, assuming that they're going to come back looking for you in the last spot that you were in, and it gives you the advantage. And usually, they do. If you want to dominate in Black Ops, free-for-all, you need dogs. Dogs are uber important, and they're so very hard to defend against. They're one of the most effective, and because of that, they'll get you tons and tons of kills. And what you do is, even if you're not winning throughout the match, use the UAV and spy plane, or UAV and the care package drop to hopefully get another UAV or something, and then use attack dogs. Absolute lethal combination, and can almost guarantee you a victory in the end. Oh yes, Modern Warfare 2. Right now, I would say this is my favorite, other than Call of Duty 4, this is my favorite version of Call of Duty right now. Now I'm going to show you something that is very controversial and usually elicits a lot of rage in people, but I'm showing it to you because I'm extremely good at and consistent at doing it. Not just once in a while, but whenever I come onto this level, if I'm feeling like I just want to, you know, frustrate the crap out of people, then this is exactly what I'm going to do. And it's this building here, actually, in the far corner of the map, and you'll see this on Crash. This is, you can actually do it. The beauty of this is also applicable in Call of Duty 4, but it's particularly effective. Now you see that Claymore there is very, very important. Don't put the Claymore at the top here. Put that Claymore down in the bottom there, right angled in towards the stairs behind that door. And I'll tell you right now, that Claymore will get you a ton of kills. And basically what I'm showing you here, obviously you've already gotten the idea, is I'm going to be camping here. But this is, again, right, you know where I was looking down there? If I'm looking straight down that alleyway once I'm done sort of camping here a little bit. There we go. There's a Claymore kill. Trust me, everyone always expects the Claymore at the top of the stairs. That Claymore right there. Perfect Claymore. And what happens is if you can actually get 2 people to kill with Scavenger, then you put the Claymore at the top as well. And those that actually stops the people with lightweight marathon or whatever that are trying to blaze through. They get slightly injured on the first one that they go through, but the second one at the top there usually gets them. And a lot of times they don't expect that second Claymore, so they slow down a little bit. They blaze past the first one, knowing that they've kind of alerted you, and they're a little bit more cautious, usually when they're coming around the top corner there. Now, if I do place it, and again, when you're seeing me doing this, I'm not sure if you can actually hear in the gameplay video, but I have, there you go, I have, and what you do is you play on their anger. The more people that you kill, and believe me, it's not always the same people, they're going to come after you. They're going to be like, I blew the Claymore, I'm going to keep going. That's why you put Scavenger on. Put Scavenger on, put an Assault Rifle on, because you're going to be pegging people like the ACR, the SCAR, or any of them. It doesn't really matter. Make sure you have an Assault Rifle. Oh, there we go, there we go. There, nice, nice. Well, I mean, you're not going to be able to live forever in this. Because in that style there, it is pure camping, but you can see when you do that, although people think, oh, well, you know what, I'm just going to keep coming after you or whatever, I'm going to keep in there. I'm back in the corner again. Same setup every single time. I'm telling you, it is one of the absolute... And there's the second Claymore. That's what you put at the top there. Because when the person's running up the stairs, even if they've got lightweight marathon, that second that they're taking to go up to the stairs and turn around and kind of make a U-turn, that's all the time you need for that Claymore to trip. The second that they hit the top, and then all of a sudden it'll kill them just as they're coming around, even with lightweight and marathon. It's one of the most effective, but you want to make sure that the first Claymore goes down at the bottom, because that one, more often than not, is going to get you a ton of kills. Now, one thing I wanted to show you, it's a huge transition area, mainly when you're looking out the top there. And once you get a kill like that, if you haven't killed the person, make sure that you're patient and you're at the top here. But you don't want to keep watching this area here. I mean, number one, it's boring. There's that Claymore again. I'm telling you right now, it is one of the absolute most effective Claymores that you will ever put down. Always replace it. Now I've got multiple scavenger packs, so you'll see that I pick it up, and now I've got 2. And this is an optimal position here. Right down there to the left, though, left of that building that I'm looking at, you know, the laneway, when I'm looking right down there, is a spawn area. And I'm telling you right now, when you stay back and you're able to actually look around the side there, like you keep your, as soon as you hear it, but again, you got to have a good headset on. I use the Astro A40, previously used the Triton AX Pro, as I said before, if you watch the Black Ops one. But I can hear them coming. I can hear when they're sort of, you know, coming in or whatever. And a lot of times what happens is if they even spawn there, they either fire the weapon off by someone else that they see, and it triggers you off. There you go. This, I'm telling you, this is one of the most awesome strategies you will ever come across in Crash. Yes, you may think it's boring. I'll tell you right now, when you do this strategy, as you can see, they come flooding in. You don't have to go anywhere. It's like they come to you every single time. They will come after you. Even the really skilled players, they will not stop. But you gotta learn how to switch it up. You gotta learn how to change position, change where the Claymores are, come down here and do stuff like this. They're not expecting it. That guy got killed because he, again, assumed I was gonna be at the top there. when you're a really good tactical camper, and I know some of you hate the fact that I promote that, but I don't care, that's my game style, and I will dominate with it, and you can too. You can too if you only try. Try the new Guns for Hire tactical camping. We put the whining in winning. Anyway, when you do something like that, the whole objective for me when I do, you know, tactical camping is to get enough kills so that I can unleash something like this. You know, in Black Ops, it's the dogs. Once I unleash the dogs, I go running around because it's, you know, what's the point of staying still? You've got these mongrels that'll tear the crap out of everyone. And then once I have something like the AC-130 or the chopper gunner, then, you know, whatever. No point in camping anymore. You got it. I mean, it depends on what you're going after. Very, very difficult, though, I'll tell you right now, to get a tactical nuke using tactical camping. Only because you will die, but you will get a ton of kills. Your KD ratio will be high. You'll see a ton of action, and a lot of times, if you learn to perfect it, if you learn to switch up your positions after you make kills, I can almost guarantee you that more often than not, you will dominate free-for-all games. And it's not that you're going to be bored. Believe me, they will come after you. If everyone else is camping, then don't do it, because that would be boring. But those are the times that I actually go running after them. More often than not, there are a ton of run-and gunners, and they will come after you again and again. You know, it's almost relieving for me to actually go back to this stuff, to start talking about strategy again. Now, I know not everyone's going to be into it, and for the most part, I'm probably not going to read the comments because I expect a lot of typical people. I mean, it's never changed since I started doing this, you know, 2.5 years ago or whatever, or maybe it was more than that. I think about 2.5 years ago when I started directing or commentating. And no one, I mean, you're either a run and gunner or you're a piece of garbage. And, you know, I switched it up. You know, the reason why you don't hear me talk strategy a lot is because there's really no strategy involved in running and gunning. It's not to say that you're stupid, but it's more, with running and gunning, it's more map recognition. It's more reaction based. And I can't really teach you that. I can't really teach you, you know, hey, go around this corner and you know, hit this really fast. I can teach you basic evasion techniques, which is what I'm teaching my son now, that I'm sort of training him with Black Ops and teaching him basic fundamentals like that. But in terms of strategies, there's no real strategy in run and gunning. It's knowing the maps, it's knowing where people sort of stay or people gun or people, you know, knowing transition areas. Whereas what I do is kind of, you know, the same thing. I understand maps just as well as run and gunners. I'm able to run and gun easily. I mean, I can take an Uzi, or in this case here on Call of Duty 4, you know, I can take my MP5 and run around and just obliterate people. But that's because I played the map so long. I know every corner. I know every place that people can climb up. I know, you know, for the most part, I know spawn areas. Do I get this guy? It's never a good idea usually to hop on that mounted. Sometimes I use that mounted machine gun to draw attention. Like if I'm in here, the beauty of this, again, if you're watching the other two, if you watch Modern Warfare 2, it's all about knowing where spawn areas are too. The beauty of this location is you're actually far enough away that on the ground level, right where I'm looking at actually over there, and you can see me keep kind of looking over there and I'm monitoring that area there because those are spawn areas. The spawn areas are off to the left side. And a lot of times, as long as there's not too many people, and I watch that window. If you're going to do it, don't watch it from this window here. You can see it actually, when you're looking in there, very difficult to see someone in there. They blend in very, very well with the bookshelves or whatever the hell it is. Well, I got lucky there, didn't I? So when you're looking in there, always try and come from this window on the right side to look in, and typically stay back from the window. You don't need to be right at the window ledge itself. Sort of pull yourself back a little bit, because then you want to blend in too. When you're right at the window, it's like there's a frame around you. It's like you're a picture. You're an easy target. Oh, do I get this guy or do I back out? No, I did get him. See, he's camping, but that guy's a rookie camper. He needs to take the Guns for Hire camping school because that's not a good spot. There are always spots almost in every single map on this game. Oh, I think, do I go running gunning now? I think I get a little bit bored. But I mean, I wanted to show you, like in every map I do, I'm going to show you places that you can defend. Places that are tactically advantageous for you to hold down. And the reason is you don't want to just camp anywhere. I see a lot of people camping, and I see a lot of people, you know, hiding. I think I die here. I don't know why that guy left the, oh no, is he out here? Yes, yes, taste it. P90 was that silencer on there? I think I got a silencer on there. That thing's beast. Whether it's Modern Warfare 2, I wish they kind of had something like that for Black Ops 2, but nonetheless, the P90, not P90X. Did I actually say X? That's actually the workout that Spider-Bite's using. He's doing that with Cryptic right now. There's like an intense workout. I'm like, what you want to do is use the workout so that you can run for a long distance in these games. No. So anyway, you know, and this is another building. The building that I'm in right now, you see that I usually hold down areas. I'm not like a static position. I'm not always trying to just sort of stay in a corner and hope that someone runs by me. I'm in areas that I know are high transition. I'm in areas where I know I have access to spawn areas. Like across the way, you see me keep looking across out the window. It's the same area that I was looking at in the other building, because those are spawn areas. You want to be somewhat in an area that you can defend with claymores. Always with claymores. I always use them. I don't care if people don't like them. For my style of gameplay, claymores make sense. Claymores make sense because, number one, they get you killed, but more importantly, they help you defend your area. Now, it's not always that the claymores get me the most kills, unless you're search and destroy, and then I get a tremendous number of kills from my claymores. But, you know, in free-for-all games, I use them more as sort of guards. If they don't kill, then what will happen is they'll let me know what's going on. They'll let me know that someone's trying to come up from the rear or whatever, just like that. Insert joke there. Yes, you're allowed to. So anyway, in this particular game here, and this is another map actually that's in Modern Warfare 2, so the same strategies apply. If you're playing Modern Warfare 2 on this map, you're going to want to use Scavenger. You want to be able to replace it. It's actually way more effective in Modern Warfare 2. My style in Modern Warfare 2 is absolutely deadly, because all I do is I keep with Scavenger, I keep replacing the claymores, keep replacing them, and then I go out the windows and I look at spawn areas there. So some people find it, you know, they don't like spawn killing and everything like that, but it's not like I'm actively trapping them. I can just take advantage of them once in a while. I'm constantly checking outside. I'm coming out doing this sort of stuff and then going back in my home. So yes, it's kind of camping to a certain degree, but it's more tactically, it's defending a tactical position. These places that I show you are very, very effective at getting you kills because they have easy access, and when you're elevated, it's a hell of a lot easier to get kills. Any maps that have like second floors, you notice even in Crash when I played Modern Warfare 2 that, you know, I chose a building that had a second floor. So much easier. When you're playing on the ground level, if you're one of the people that I'm shooting at, when you're running along on ground level, most people, and it's normal, when you're running, your eyes are going to be fixed on the level that you're running. Now, you may be scanning once in a while, like when you get to like pro level, I would say pro level, but a lot of people do. When you become more of a hardcore seasoned gamer, you learn to not focus. You learn to not get tunnel vision wherever it is you're running. So instead of, you know, you see me running around and everything like this, oh God, I'm getting killed now. That's what happens when you go out in the open and you're trying to get to your tactical position. But nonetheless, what happens is when you're running along the ground, you typically just look there. What you need to do, what you want to do, if you want to become way more effective, especially at run and gunning. So when you're running and gunning, very, very different. You want to remove it. You want to look at the entire screen. Use the controller to move forward, but use it. Don't focus on where exactly you're running. And this is something I'm trying to tell and sort of convey to my son, is when you're running, you don't need to look exactly pinpoint where you're going. That's when you start getting messed up. That's when you start missing enemy players to the left, to the right, and above you. So make sure that when you're, like when I'm running out here, I'm actually just scanning. I'm constantly scanning. I'm not looking at any particular area. I'm not looking like in a straight line saying, here's my target. It's like I lit it up with a laser and that's all I'm running to. I know where I'm running, but what I'll do is I'll constantly scan my eyes. I'll look to the left, I'll look to the right, and I'm just constantly moving as I'm moving in a straight line. Not necessarily focused on the target that I'm going towards, just in a general sort of looking at it as if it's a painting or a picture that's always changing. So you're looking for movements as you're going along. So again, claymores in this building here, although I believe I'm out. Actually, no, the P90 I didn't put claymores on here. So again, you can. I guess it's another way of showing that as long as you know the buildings and you're paying attention and you're listening. Do I get that guy? Ah, damn it! I think I clinched there. That was not on purpose, and that wasn't me frustrated. That was me clinching, hitting my knife button, because that's a classic move that I always do. But nonetheless, you can defending buildings. You know what I mean? Don't go in alleyways where the odd person, like if you try to tactically defend a place that's in an area where hardly anyone ever goes, you're not going to win the games. I'm showing you areas where there's a lot of activity, there's a lot of people going through, you know, just passing through as a thoroughfare, as a transition area, which I always say, and you always hear me say it, and you're going to get sick of it, but it's going to hammer it through, and you're going to be able to dominate in free-for-all games. Doesn't work for deathmatch, obviously, because you have teammates, but free-for-all, tactically defending high active areas, can almost guarantee you wins. Thanks for watching. Peace.